Hello, good day. Yes, so this experience goes on, and I've been seeing a lot of movies, videos of Linda Moulton Howe, and more of the forefronters of ufology and extraterrestrial truth seekers. And also been seeing a documentary by Ben Rich and Boyd Bushman with more, which has passed and worked on the black projects. And so I was watching a documentary with Linda Moulton Howe and Grant Cameron yesterday, and I felt a presence. I felt that it was knocking on the walls. There was like something trying to get my attention. Then I think someone mentioned Ben Rich. I was seeking up that, and I found a documentary, and then I found a documentary about Bushman, and the knocking and everything stopped, so I think I was on the right track. And then I suddenly saw in my mind's eye Boyd Bushman and Ben Rich bend over. I think that was. I think it's reptilian humor. Yeah, this is definitively reptilian humor. Yeah, he's reptilian. Sadly, the reptilian ego can get to us down here, or others, grays. But of course, we all have incarnations of love too. So it's kind of, when you come down here, you get this polarity experience. So we all are affected by it. Okay, I derailed, but I saw Ben Rich and Boyd Bushman and JFK, John F. Kennedy, holding hands in the astral plane. It was beautiful to see. It was like they had white robes on them, and they kind of laughed a little bit and think this was cool. Yeah, there's a lot of Zetas and other stuff here too. The Insectoids have been very present. It's just from flies to mantis beings to everything. So okay, well, if you are an ambassador, I guess you have to deal with it all. Some things, sometimes it comes in things that, well, I don't really want to deal with it. So I either just throw it up in the light, or just call in the angels. I see the angels have a place of light where they keep some of these tubes, and they have this creatures which really need to be lightened up a bit. There is this heart of light circling inside the tubes, trying to get the creature or soul, or whatever it is, to become more lightful. I think it's a kind of astral prison in a way, or not a prison, but I don't know what I'm going to call it, but who knows. So, well, as you hear, there's a lot of going on in the consciousness. So, well, we are consciousness. You just have forgotten who you are. So the TV, the media, the fear-based movies, the games, the music, the violence, the sports, everything is concocted to make you in a low frequency. Although it is a valid experience, it can happen in a polarity universe. That's not the way we're going anymore. We're going forward into higher frequencies to share, to love, to be kind to each other. But of course, to be on the forefront of this, you are very much, of course, stretched and maybe sometimes getting tested to see how you react. Have you changed? Do you have it in you to be on that forefront? So of course there's been a lot of things happening with me. Of course I have to go through some things. I don't really like it. It's not fun. There's been a lot of going on in my heart, on my solar plexus. I don't know. I feel someone is trying to stop me in a way. And I'm feeling on my own, I could say, confusion, conflict in this. And there are some things I don't like to be treated. Some ways which some people are treating me, I think is unnecessary, but it tells me only a story of them. Because also a story of me, how I react to it. So I guess nothing is perfect, it will never be, but we can only hope that things will change, and I think it will change. So that's beautiful. So we all have a road to go, a quest, you could say, or something to learn out of this, or teach someone something, or be taught something. Earth is really an experience where you can learn a lot because how it is down here. So it's kind of complicated. Well, it's not really complicated if you know the truth, but of course when there's so much lies also and concoctions and people saying something and the other one saying another thing and money ruling the game, it's really hard to get what is the truth or not. But there is definitively a truth out there. And there are aliens. I have seen the spaceships myself. I can feel their presence around sometimes. And well, as I say, it's a very much a personal journey. You have to change yourself, your belief systems and your consciousness to get to the and understand that there are more. But I understand that also some people are so into this third density frequency that they really want to be there. They want to stay in that experience because they like it. So, but if you study it a little bit more, what is it really to like, you see all the confusion and polarity going on, conflicts. We are not meant to be that way anymore. So, but I think it's releasing. There is disclosure going on. There has been many coming forward. There it comes back to Ben Rich and Boyd Bushman and others, which has this deathbed confession. And that is beautiful to see. The people can forward. I think very much is that we much must forgive to get forward. Okay, that and that happened. So somebody will of course be interested in looking into that, of course, and why it was done. That's a very human characteristics, and some of course will forgive it. But I feel more and more accepting that there are more out there, and seeing a UFO or a spaceship wouldn't be too confusing or too panical, or would just be a reminder. Okay, I really knew that inside of myself. I just now get the affirmation. So the kind of interesting thing hearing Ben Rich and Boyd Bushman talking about Area 51 and aliens, how they come in there, and different races and ships and back engineered spaceships, different kinds. So it seemed that the rockets are just well, what can you say? A placeholder, you can say, for what is going on behind the scenes. I do think we have been to both Zeta Reticuli and other star systems where we have been transported and welcomed. I think it's much harder to go with an own spaceship because some of the races will stop us, say no. Well, I think we have been stopped. I don't think we have been allowed to. I think we have tried to go to Sirius and Alpha Centauri, but I think we have been stopped. Or if they have gone there, they have in a way stayed there or something, I don't know. Only the Serpol thing, I think they came back, yes, because there was passengers on a spaceship. So, and mostly I think those which has had an agenda with humans besides of control. When it comes to cloning and stuff, I think most of them have gotten their material, and I think humanity is changing a lot in many of the races, our neighbors' systems, and in other dimensions too. And that's where they come in, the YahYel and the Essassani, because they have gotten the technology and now can come in from the future now in these times to guide us and help us. So I think humanity is, I wouldn't call it a resource, but a high sought quality, both of feelings and of sexual abilities, strength, looks, touch, smell, and our cognitive or PSI abilities, you can say. You can train them up to be more spiritual, you say, and go out of our bodies and those things. So, and they're very much of man of the grey races, which come from dimensions where they have destroyed their own planet, come here and they create hybrids which are more like us, and in the end I think like witches is here on the earth where we breed with different kind of human races. There are hybrids of us, and in the end there will be different hybrid races, and in the end those hybrids will become their own races, their own civilizations, which they're already going on, and in the end the human influence on the surrounding areas, on even in maybe in other galaxies will be very, very present. It will be, some don't like it, they are more into control and conquest. So, but there we have the polarity again. So, but I'm not going to go into that. So I feel a little bit pity of them, how they are. But they also will do their projects, and they will see that it's quite good to become more human. It's a very good experience. Kind of have everything in one package, but things can become very complicated. But I think we are on the right track. But we need to get these secret projects released to the public so we can change the world to a better place for all humans and a more positive nature, ecology, and biology and biotopes, so we can get balance into everything. The truth will set us free. So if someone can't handle the truth, well, what's the fucking problem? They can't handle the truth. Let's try to help them. So I think it's much better that we know the truth than people go around killing each other with religious false beliefs. Yeah, there my monitor went down. I tried to change that, but Windows 10. I feel it's very much controlled by corporations. So I'm not going to go any deeper in why it is like this and this and that. I think it's a very complex, both extraterrestrial influence and soul influence, personal influence, military influence. It's just, you put different ingredients in a bowl, you can say, and you get this cake out. Different ingredients will create a different cake. And unfortunately, we have maybe a distasteful cake on this planet, but let's add some sugar in it, some candy and some cream. Let's make a better cake for all humans, so we can become a unity, a spacefaring civilization. Of course, if there are secret space programs going on with, let's say there are hundreds of thousands of humans joining in, and oh yeah, we are very strong and look at us. But you are not strong until you are one planet and one solar system together. Then you are strong. Then you can go out, but you have to do it in peaceful manners, because most of the races out there are peaceful. There are unity, there are mutual agreements, diplomacy, and just think about it. If we were a spacefaring civilization, everything would change in an instant. And we will have the technologies, but they've been hidden and kept for some few. But I think that these programs do understand now that polarity won't get us anyway. It just will repeat the cycle which was going on other planets. But really what has been going on Maldek and on Mars, we can well only speculate because we have forgotten most of it. But it has been polarity and war there too. What has been playing out, is it genetics modifications, or is it other races been placed out there, or is there some superpower in the galactic federations which plays games in some solar systems? Are we just well, we are, I think. We're just a creation of some of them, and there is different agendas going on. But it's kind of sad that an intelligent race should be treated like this. I think that it's not right, and it's kind of a little bit conflict out there. What, as Linda Moulton Howe said, the conflict about what is right to do with life. And we are ourselves doing genetics projects now, creating hybrids and clones. And in the secret bases, I don't know what I've been doing there, but well, we can only speculate. There are, of course, movies about cyborgs and androids and robots. So if you think we have a spacefaring race which has come so far with the technology that they can create their own races and manipulate DNA, create hybrids, create advanced cyborgs, androids to go out and explore on their own, which are self-sufficient, and you can control other races by mind tricks and different agendas, and you have the ability to seed life. I think when you come so far with the technology and become so intelligent, life is the most important, because material stuff is just available everywhere because the technology is automatic. And I do think that why this is going on Earth is because some alien races or some humans like to control other humans. I think that is their issue, that they like to have the power of sitting up top and then see down and think that, oh, look at my little empire, it's beautiful. So, well, we all have it in us in more or less ways, but of course that I think the most important thing is to forgive. Okay, so the darkness comes and says, we did it this and this way, and because we could, it was tempting, it was an experience, it was our excitement. And, well, can't we meet in the middle and find a solution which benefits all mankind? Yes, we can. And aren't we stronger if we are standing together and can do everything together? Yes, we are, definitively. I think that this is much more coming true now, that we should be one planet standing together. And of course all the many countries are now working together on this phenomenon, because I think they understood too that they needed help and compartmentalizing, and that this didn't know what this was doing, that it was too complicated, that we didn't get the right progress with it. So I think both China and Russia and many other countries are working together, but only some know this, and it's kind of sad, because I do not see them as prima donnas or that they are more important than other people. Every human being is equal, but I'm not going to go into that. I think that we have to find a solution together, and if things have been done this and that way, we have to forgive it, and but of course it has to be looked at, but we don't need to overreact. So if you're going to go further, we have to accept things, maybe look at it and then just release it, forgive it, and say, okay, it has been done, let's just go on and learn from this and become one unity which stands together, which are stronger, which are more competitive, which are more diplomatic, which can create something amazing out in the universe. But of course, we have to get we are giving the extraterrestrials, some of them, the agendas, too much power, and it won't help to be scared of these beings either. We have to say that, okay, thank you for what you have learned us, but now we want to have this planet for ourselves. It's one human race now, and we respect you. Thank you for what you have taught us, but now we need to go forward up in frequency and love and unite. We cannot have interference by beings which wants to control us or put an agenda on us, or we want to be our own society, our own unity, our own creativity. But they are trying to teach us this. I don't know how much influence there are, but I think there are things going on in the secret space program which are very advanced. Yeah, I think Star Trek and Star Wars would be close, but I think it's not close enough, because I think the spaceships and the technology which they have now back engineered or been given from the Zeta Reticuli and others are very sophisticated. And well, as Ben Rich said, we can take ET home, and that we have stuff that just would make Star Trek look like walk in the park. And I think they're being used trillions of dollars on these projects. So, but of course, when something detaches from humanity and goes its own way and become its own self-sufficient agency or corporation and power base, it's very hard to get them out of this agenda and come back and say that let's all do this together, because it's more serving and suiting for all. But I think both the American Army and Navy and Air Force with other corporations have made their own little thing out of this UFO and created agencies, corporations, and gone up like this and just fanned out and doing things their own way. Yeah, I think we humans like to make compartmentalizations and divide up stuff in different aspects and abilities. That is elite, that is middle class, that is lower class. It's just, I think it's draconian thinking. Yes, but at least in the draconian ways, they are at least working together as one society, even if they are conquerors. And that, yeah, I think the criminals on there, yeah, they're agreeing. So you cannot really be something big if you are not standing together and everyone is joining in on it. You can think that 100,000 to 1 million is a strong unity, but 8 billion people standing together, becoming humanity and unity and love and one earth, which everyone stands together in. I think that is much more powerful than some small corporations which is trying to get out of the solar system. But it has to be done with love and forgiveness. So, well, I'm just saying what I'm thinking. So, I think it's just strange times for me too. I couldn't dream about doing this when I was 20, although I've always felt a little bit strange and special. People has always said to me, yeah, you're not normal. You are kind of mystical, special. You don't really fit in here. Well, maybe I don't, but I think in the end we all fit in if you just can find a balance in ourselves. So, yeah, I feel that all this, both Boyd Bushman, very grey, very intelligent, but very Palladian too, coming in with love. So, also Ben Rich, very reptilian, but of course coming in with a lot of information. And in the end, I think when you have been in this for too long and you see that, what's really the point of it? And you're getting old, when we are getting old, it's kind of sad that we are dying, because we have learned a lot. And when you're 80, 90, yes, you see maybe things from a different perspective, that maybe we should stand more together. Maybe we should release this information to the public and create a society where we all can cooperate and love each other and meet these spacefaring races eye to eye and make diplomatic relationships, and then go out into space and visit all of these beautiful planets and civilizations which are just waiting for us to take that step together, not by a few, which are then being stopped because they have their own egoistic agendas, but an agenda of humanity which goes out together in love to explore and to learn and to teach and to unite. Okay, thank you. Hope I didn't derail too much this time. Have a nice weekend. Much love.